Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. The Arsenal have defeated Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park in what was an action-packed, drama-filled game. The referees did their fair share to add to the drama, but we don't want to talk too much about that. But it's definitely not where I want to start. I want to start with the formation. I want to start with the mentality. That's what I started with in the preview for the season. That's what we talked about last week. And this game management approach is it's not gonna move the needle to champion. It's just not. I've never seen, I cannot remember Arsenal finishing a game with 9 defenders on the field. And we've been down a man before. We literally had Ben White, we had Gabriel, we had Saliba, we had Zinchenko, we had Thomas Partey, we had Jorginho, we had Declan Rice. Let's see what other defenders were on. Like it was all the defense plus Kai plus Ramsdale.
Yeah.
At the end of the game. Now,
which I might as well be a defender.
Right. The last time I saw Man City go down a man, the game was even. The game was even. Why did that not happen in this game? We absolutely dominated the ball. They created less than 5 chances total and they didn't even really create after the red card. But they created less than 5 chances before the red card, and not any of those were dangerous. And so, why are we all of a sudden scared of them? They can't get the ball off us anyway. You remember when we made all the subs, and for like 45 seconds we had the ball in like the 88th minute or something like that?
Yeah.
What was wrong with that? Why not do that? Why not just hold on to the ball like we were doing for the first 60 minutes of the game? I'm really, really, really confused and frustrated with this, with Arteta's game management. It's panicky.
Yeah.
It was panicky. Like we're holding on against, it was like we had a lead against Man City and we'll do anything and everything to not concede. That's just such a negative approach.
I think that kind of goes back to my commentary on Arteta previously. Where's that fire? Where is that killer mentality? It starts at the top with the manager. I think you have players who have that mindset. I'm not saying you don't, but it comes from the manager in the sense of, well, we're going to go and smash them today. It always goes back to my main complaint. You score a goal and then you start playing defense. Where's the fire to say, you know what, we need to go score 3 more? And I understand not wanting to get caught out, but when you're possessing the ball like y'all were, and then to score and then say, okay, we don't need any more. And then you go 9 defenders, pretty much. You're just inviting pressure. And, we've seen teams who, when they invite pressure, they just get beaten over and over again. And I mean, you have to have some respect for your defense holding up like it did today, being down a man. But it's also your Arsenal. You spent money to chase Man City, and 1-0 victories, while it keeps you point-wise in play, that starts to add up once Man City starts putting up 3-4 on people.
Man City
would have done against Palace.
Man City won 1-0 this weekend.
Yeah.
Much more impressive display.
Yeah.
Far more impressive display
Mm-hmm.
than we had today. And my mention about the way the mentality affects the formation is, for me, I suspect Arteta is just in full-on season management, time management, eye on the end of the season mode,
Yeah.
where, we're not gonna try to win the league like Liverpool did. As much as
Right.
I want to, as much as I think that's the only way to win this league against this Man City team, that's not what Arteta's gonna do. He's gonna tinker. He's gonna, try this and try that, and he's gonna stick to his guns, almost to a fault.
Yeah.
And I I think we're gonna see the same thing against Fulham, because Fulham
Are
are
you
gonna
going
be
to
in
the
a low
cottage
block.
or at home?
It's at home. Fulham will be in a low block.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try this. But see, the whole point of this formation, unlocking low blocks, is when Partey goes to the right and they overload that side because we are, it
Yeah.
opens up space for Martinelli. We saw it at least 5 times today where we hit that long diagonal back across over to Martinelli. But once he's isolated with the fullback, why did he not take the guy on?
Yeah,
Not
he
once.
didn't. He won't take the guy on. Like, what's that about?
Once. Was he scared? Was he not confident? I mean, you ran Serge Aurier ragged last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
You beat 2 dudes with a crazy move, and we scored a goal because you went at the defender. I was screaming at him to go at Tyreek Mitchell. Same with Saka on the other side. Like, they refused to take on the outside backs, which is the whole point of this new formation.
Yeah.
The whole point of the new formation. Unless
Again, I think you should play Trossard more. He is the type to take on defenders and push the ball towards the goal. And I don't know what he has to do to get in to the team. Um, I understand Eddie has been doing well as your 9, but Trossard's got to get playing time. He unlocks something for y'all, especially against a low block, because he can make those little small runs into the box and find somebody. Or, if you're on a break, especially when you were, sitting back, he can make that run to get y'all goals. And, I still, I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. I still don't understand how Havertz has a place in your team. I just don't.
neither do most Arsenal fans.
Like, it makes no sense whatsoever.
He's not
What
doing
is his
anything.
purpose?
He's not doing anything that we don't already have in the team.
Right.
And so I think the reason I mentioned Arteta possibly being stubborn to a fault is this is his guy. He's the only one that backed Havertz. He's the only person on the planet that think Havertz is going to work here at Arsenal. And so he's backing his guy, and I get that. And he's desperate. He's desperate to get Rice, Partey, and Havertz in the same team.
Yeah.
He's desperate to do that. This just isn't the way.
No, it's not.
Having Partey in this quasi right back invert role is just not the way to do it. And at the end of the day, if you're going to get the best out of Thomas Partey, it's the 6. There is nowhere.
Yeah, of course.
There is no other role. There is nothing. There's nowhere else. And in that eventuality, Kai Havertz plummets down the sheet for me. Has to plummet, because, I mean, I even had a thought to myself that was crazy. I said to myself, Kai has not done anything Fabio Vieira couldn't do yet.
Yeah, I've thought the same thing. I really, really have. And I've also thought that Kai is another blind spot for Arteta trying to force someone to work. Like he tried to force Fabio last year. he's going to try to force Havertz this year. And I think that's somewhat of the immaturity of him as a manager, because it's not that he sees what's working and saying, okay, we're going to put different people here to make it work and make the team better. It's not working in general. You know what's going to work. Partey at the 6. Of course, Declan behind him, or beside him, in a pivot.
That's not how it works out. If Partey's in the 6, Rice can get farther forward.
Yeah, which is
Just
what
like
you want.
Just like Xhaka was. Exactly. It's exactly what we want. It's 100% what we want. But yeah, at the end of the day, we have to be ruthless. And, this whole, I get that Arteta thinks we're predictable. And so he's come up with something completely different just to have something different.
Yeah.
To be able to play a different style. But it's not like what we did last season didn't work for most of last season.
No.
And if you look at why we lost, it has nothing to do with being predictable, and it has nothing to do with having a certain formation. The formation didn't fail us at all. The mentality failed us. And we are exhibiting that same fragility. We are exhibiting that same fragility that we exhibited at West Ham, at Liverpool last season. And yeah, we held up great. And I'm ecstatic about the 3 points. I'm pretty frustrated about the manner of the 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful that we held up, that we, at least Arteta decided, hey, we're forsaking the ball, we're forsaking the goals, and he stuck to that. And he stuck to his plan, and he got that through everybody's head. I thought Jorginho came in and was, for the 5 minutes was a solid kind of just cool head in those kinds of moments.
And that's where he plays well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But for
as long
me,
as he doesn't get overran in the midfield, he is somebody who's going to retain the ball. He's going to pick a pass. But if you are running back and forth, he's going to get ran by like he's standing in cement. I mean, but when you have a situation to where you're trying to hold on and you want to hold the ball, or you want to, yeah, that's what you want there. I wonder, did you see this from Arsenal in the preseason?
Yeah.
You did?
Yes.
So I wonder if this is what Arteta is saying, this is how we're going to play this year. We're going to be maybe stronger defensively, but we're not going to go.
Rice makes us stronger defensively.
I know. But we're not going to go blitzkrieg on teams, which you need to, especially when you're talking about truly pushing for the title. You're going to have to go blitzkrieg on teams. Today should have been a 2 or 3-0 at least.
I'll be shocked if we do this against United in 2 weeks.
Really?
We got United at home, not next week, but the week after.
Right.
I'll be shocked if we play this way against United, because we did not play this way against City in the Community Shield, and we went toe-to-toe, which leads me to believe that in bigger games versus teams that are gonna, you won't see it against Newcastle.
No.
You won't see it against Villa. You won't see it against Brighton. Certainly won't see it against Brighton. That would be stupid to play it like that against Brighton. Yeah, you won't see it against Liverpool. No. We're going to play like we normally play, like we played last season against those teams. Because if we don't, we'll get shredded. Liverpool will absolutely eat Thomas Partey for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good defensive midfielder. You might say he's great. He's not a defender. He's not an outside back.
Right.
And so Speaking of outside backs, I thought it was an interesting choice to start Tamayasu.
Mm-hmm.
And this time wasting thing, man, the coach has to have the players prepared for the power trip that the referees are on.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Call it what you want. Say it's dumb. Say it's ridiculous. Whatever. It is what it is. And we
Mhm.
must adapt.
Yep.
I was saying, as soon as Havertz gave the ball to Tamayasu on that throw in, I
Here
was
comes a
like,
card.
throw it in immediately. Throw it in before you get a yellow card. I said it 3 times. Throw it in before you get a yellow card. Throw it in before you get a yellow card. Throw it in before you get a yellow card. He's got a yellow card.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's on him. That is just abject stupidity. You knew. And see, for me, once again, it all goes back to the mentality. We get a goal up, we're immediately time wasting.
Mm-hmm.
We're immediately time wasting with the oh, I'll pick the ball up and no, I'll drop it for Havertz. Oh, Havertz will pick the ball up and hold it for 17 seconds.
Yeah.
Havertz the ball. And then he gives the Tamiyasu who holds the ball for 8 seconds and gets a yellow. Because he's the last man to have it, because you're the guy time wasting, because the guy before you was time wasting, the guy before you was time wasting. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? We are
It's
not
almost like
we're
you
not
don't.
Luton Town. We're not Burnley. We're not here trying to hang on, time wasting and whatnot against Crystal Palace. Are you joking? Okay, if we go up a goal on Man City in the 70th minute, fair enough. I'm with you, because that's
Yeah.
a desperate situation.
Yeah.
You know, 1-0 up on Palace?
Yeah.
What? You're not trying to absolutely wreck their soul?
Yeah. Exactly.
Are you joking me? That's the mentality that we're lacking, where immediately we go up a goal and we're immediately time wasting.
Yeah.
Now granted, Jordan, first of all, if the second yellow on Tamayasu can be justified by the PGMOL, then that game should have been abandoned, because everyone should have gotten a red card.
Yeah.
Jordan Ayew should
It
have been
was
sent.
soft.
Jordan Ayew should have had 9 yellow cards.
Yeah.
If Tomiyasu's is a yellow card, Jordan Ayew should have been sent off 20 minutes before. Okay, and you say, oh, well, Arsenal should have given away a penalty on the Thomas Partey one. Maybe we should have. That would have been super, super soft, but I'm really surprised they didn't give it, because that's the state of refereeing these days. But here is the thing. If that red card is not given to Tamayasu, we're not sitting back. And they never even have the ball that far up the pitch. They didn't have the ball. It was like 86-14 in possession before the red card. They wouldn't have had the ball that far up the pitch. They wouldn't have made that chance, and he wouldn't have been in the box to go down like that. And there
Yeah.
wouldn't have been a penalty shout. The referees 150 million% changed this game
Yeah.
for the worse. And it didn't make it wasn't good, great for the spectacle. It wasn't great for the neutral once we decided to sit back and just play park the bus and just hoof it up the field to no one at all,
Yeah. There were
because I
times where y'all were just huffing it up the field. I'm like, do you just not want to possess the ball right now?
we just
Like,
completely abandoned what we're good at, what we've been good at for years. We just
Mhm.
completely abandoned it, and that's why I said it was panicky. It's
Yeah.
panicky. Where's the? I think it's ridiculous that Arteta takes Odegaard off in intense, dramatic situations.
Yeah, especially since he's your captain. Like that's what he's there for, is to
That's not the
handle
first
those
time.
moments.
It's not the first time where we've been in desperate, kind of dire straits, and Odegaard's come off.
Yeah.
Who's the leader?
I mean, that's
Odegaard,
just it's interesting that the thing about watching games, you can watch games in different ways. You can watch it just as, it's pure entertainment, or you can sit there and you can watch it as how the decisions are made. And I enjoy doing that. I know you do as well. Most soccer fans probably do, football fans, whatever. But when you see the same decision coming over and over and over again in that same scenario, you have to start asking the question, why are you taking Odegaard off when you need to play defense? Why don't you want to retain the ball? Why don't you want him to work it upfield? Maybe he gets tackled off the ball, but you got one guy forward, maybe two, but your defense is still sitting back. Like, what? Why don't you want to do that? Why do you want to give up the ball just so that you can invite more and more pressure? And I think that's to kind of tie it all together. I think that's where I've been concerned the most about Arteta. He does the same things over and over, and maybe he gets the result he wants, but it doesn't seem like it's actually efficient. It's more so we got the result we wanted because we kind of got lucky.
It's sometimes effective, yes. Efficient, not so much. I think that his game management is he still needs improve. He still needs to improve. And one thing that I've literally heard no one speak on. I have not heard about this. I've not heard this in any of the AFTV stuff.
Right.
Any Arsenal fans on YouTube, none, not even the City fans on YouTube, none of the Community Shield reviews have I heard about the fact that at the end of the game, we were panicking.
Yeah.
We were in absolute panic mode. Right before Trossard scored, we were trying to change the formation to what we're doing right now. Did you notice that? No one talked about how right before Trossard scored, Arteta was with Partey doing this and doing all kinds of things and showing him this and like in a one-on-one he called him over and we were switching everything up. We were making subs. We were in straight up panic mode. Straight up.
You mean Odegaard scored? You said Trossard.
I'm talking about in the Community Shield.
Oh, the Community Shield. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
At the end of the game, with like 4 minutes left in the game, or like 4 minutes left in regulation, he switched it all up. Total panic mode.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, it was like.
But in that situation, you also said, if there's, 20 minutes left, you do want the time wasting. You do want, maybe more of a defensive mindset to hold on against a City, even though the Community Shield is just a charity game. Is the best way to put it.
We were losing. We were down. We were down 1-0. He was doing this to try to.
That's right. I totally forgot that City had scored first, and y'all were because y'all scored in like the 99th minute or something like that.
It worries me. This panicky stuff worries me. And we are a possession-based team. We keep the ball. We hold the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That and you know why City's so good? Is because anytime you play City, you might get 2 or 3 chances.
Yeah.
They would love for you to have the ball and try to break them down. But once they get the ball from you, you're not going to see it for 10 minutes.
No.
So if we're trying to do the same thing and have all of the ball, why not continue to do that? Yeah. They weren't pressing high. They weren't trying to score goals.
Yep.
Until they realized, hey, Roy made a sub not immediately. He didn't make a sub immediately after the red card. He waited to see how deep we were getting, deeper and deeper and deeper. And then he made like 4 offensive changes because we were making all the defensive changes.
Yeah,
well, okay, if they're gonna give up half the field, if they're gonna get up 60% of the field, we won't even play defense. We'll just throw on the attackers.
Yeah, exactly.
What? What?
Yeah.
Why could we not play our game even down a man? The last time I saw City go down a man, I swear to you, the game like actually leveled out because beforehand they were just all over dominating, and then they went down a man. I think it was Rodri, and they kept the ball.
Right.
They just didn't give the ball away again. They didn't really create much going forward, but they didn't give away many opportunities either because they had the ball the whole time. How do you think in hockey when you're trying to kill a power play and you get the puck off the team that with the numerical advantage, you don't immediately just sometimes you just rip it into the corner for an icing, but sometimes you try to hold on to it. You try to
take it up ice and see if you can actually score.
It's called killing the penalty. It's called the penalty
goals.
Right? So like we even down a man are better than Palace.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Why did we not think that? Why did we not play like that? Why did we not believe that? And that is why I question the mentality once again.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to Talk Sport the last like 5-6 minutes, and they were talking about, well, Arsenal's not going to get the result that they truly probably wanted today. They can take home that they got the 3 points in a tough environment, and it's tough to play at Palace. And yeah, I mean, that stadium is a little interesting, and it can be a house of horrors. It's not the Cottage by any means at night, but it can be a house of horrors. But I mean, Palace is missing their best player right now in Elise, and I know Eze's good, but who's going to put the ball in the back of the net? Jordan Ayew? Come on, like Palace is looking for a draw when
Don't
a
get me
big team
started on
comes to
Jordan
town.
Ayew, man, because I'll say some things I'll regret.
But
So don't. I don't even want to get on Jordan Ayew because I will say some things that I will regret.
yeah,
Because that is just some blatant, disgusting, conning, cheating of the ref. So I'm
yeah. No, I mean the thing is fans of any team in the Premier League are gonna have to prepare themselves for you know guys being sent off for little things because they got they got a ticky tack yellow in the 35th minute, and then they actually do something in the 60th minute. And it's like, bye, you know that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen a lot.
yeah.
And teams are going to have to not only adapt to it, but they're going to have the squad depth so that if someone does go on a red for 3 days or 3 games, you can fill it, backfill it. And I think that's where we're going to see some of these lower teams really start to struggle as we get further into the year, because unless they adapt, you're gonna be playing without your best player a good bit, or the absolute necessary defender who you know protects your goalie, or whatever it might be. And so teams are going to have to adapt. They're going to have to realize that time wasting is not it's not acceptable anymore, which I appreciate, and we'll talk about in the Chelsea segment a little bit, where I'm a little bit frustrated though about time wasting. But I don't think the Tomiyasu yellow red was fair by any means. It was pure embellishment. But again, in that moment, you also have to be a little bit smarter. You're already on a yellow.
No, don't you dare. He doesn't even touch it. There wasn't a tug on the shirt.
Tug on him.
There was
Nope.
not no, there was not. The wind blew through his wind. No, the back of his hand scraped his jersey and he felt the wind blow up the back of his shirt and he fell over. Don't even. No. That was an absolute absolute disgrace of a decision. There was it wasn't even contact.
Right.
Yeah, no, that one was a ridiculous, inane decision, and David Coote should be fired. Forget this 1 week off. You should never ref in this league again because that's despicable.
But see, here's the problem though. They have trouble getting good refs already. You start firing, your refs are just going to get worse. And I mean, it's kind of it's the whole idea of damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, we've seen it not only in this game, but other matches where you're just like, come on, dude. Like, seriously?
You have to get this stuff right. You've got too much technology.
Yeah.
Too much money is on the line for you to not get this stuff right. That's just it. That just is what it is. That just is what
But
it is.
the problem is the VAR referee is a part of this whole group in general, so they don't want to show anybody up. And
I'm with you.
And so if there's a decision by a referee, they're not looking to overturn it. Well, yeah.
I feel you. I do want to end this on a positive note, though, in the Arsenal segment here on a positive note. 3 standouts, actually. Aaron Ramsdale should get a shout. had a really good game, I thought. And for all the critics saying that he's doesn't have the distribution, how about those passes where he's hit Havertz on a dime twice? So how about coming out and making the save in the end, being big on the line there. Even Lauren was like, saying he made himself really, really huge there and then got back up really, really fast to make the second save. And Willie Saliba
Oh yeah, Saliba
is just an absolute stalwart, like monster. What else can you say?
Mhm.
He's an absolute beast. And to contrast with Kai Havertz, who people are saying give him time, blah blah blah, whatever. He's had 3 years in the league, and he's doing the exact same thing he's done at Chelsea. But in stark contrast, Declan Rice was incredible today. Man of the match performance. Absolutely man of the match performance. But it goes unsung. He won every second ball.
Mhm.
See, I know it goes unsung because I played that role in a team that was very successful in my last year of high school. I played this center defensive midfield role. It's a very unsung kind of, you don't really get the plaudits. And Declan Rice today was incredible. And the thing is, like, yes, I'm happy and excited about that and grateful for it. I'm not impressed because his standard is that high.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
we know what we're getting with Rice.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get an 8 out of 10 plus every single game. You just are, you know. So we knew what we were buying there. We knew what we were buying with Havertz.
Yeah.
We knew. And everything we knew has been proven true
Mm-hmm.
every time he stepped on the field for Arsenal. What we know about Havertz has been proven to be true. What we don't know about Havertz has not shown up yet.
I've waited for it for
Supposed to
3 years
see
as a Chelsea fan, so
what we're supposed to see while giving him time. I don't know. I
yeah.
couldn't tell you. I get that. Okay, he's tall, and we're trying to hit him with whatever.
He
I
doesn't
hope
hold the
I'm wrong.
ball up. He doesn't head the ball. I
I
mean,
hope I'm
it's just
wrong.
like
I'm not one of these fans that like I hate him, so he's got to go. He
right.
didn't work out, and he's got to go. It's been 2 games.
Yeah.
Please prove me wrong. Please, please go on to have 20 goal contributions. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging to be wrong. I'm praying. Like I support the guys, and I trust in Arteta. We trust as much as I've been scathing about him tonight. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Lewis is right, and Arteta can figure out how we do win the Arsenal way. And I'm here for it. Whether I'm right in the end or whether I'm completely wrong in the end. Hopefully, I am. But at the end of the day, it's 3 points.
Yeah.
We're tied
Can't
to the
complain
top
about
of the
that.
league, and as much as it made me think about going forward, for right now, two
Take what you
games,
got.
2 wins. Take that.
Yeah.
There you have it. That is the roundup. I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there on the weekend review. It was definitely a good one, and we are looking forward to plenty of games coming up in the future. If you're as excited about it as we are, go ahead and smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and get that notification bell on. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.